Hello and welcome to another video where we will be looking at using Microsoft Publisher 2010 to create an internet safety poster that looks like this. So in the last video we looked at saving images appropriately. Now when you actually recreate this poster using these videos, I will provide the images for you. However, when you do come to make your own poster, then it's useful to know how to save images appropriately. So what we're going to do then in this first video, only a quick video, is we're going to look at borders. So applying a border to the outside of the document like this. And if I go into my blank document, which we've all set up in the first video, I am going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go over on the Insert tab, go down the ribbon to Borders and Accents. So this is just one of the ways I'm going to show you how we can use a border. Now, what happens is if we go down to frames, which is useful, I can choose a few different types. There's also more borders and accents like this. So if I go down and I choose one of these options here, so let's say I choose this one, which is banded color. Now I want to attach this to fit my margin. Okay, so the blue outline, so I'm going to need to drag that down there like so, because then anything outside this area won't be printed. So I fitted that to my margin. Now, as you can see here, if I click on these sections individually, that these are actually made up of sort of different parts rather than it being one whole shape. So if I double click on one of these now, you can see I've selected it because it's highlighted, these grey circles here. And what I can do then is I can change the fill of the shape. And my colour scheme is going to be yellow and purple because I think those colours go well together. That's the outline. I'm going to change the these bits to yellow, and I'd just go through and I would change them like so. Or even easier would be if I can hold shift on the keyboard at the same time while you're selecting these. So I want this one, I want this one here, hold shift, click on this one, and hold shift, click this one, because I want those to be yellow. So if I click on shape fill, change yellow, just saves me time doing so. So click on these, which need to be purple, so I click on this one, hold shift, and click this one here, change the shape fill to purple. And now I've got a border, so you could use that if you want. That's actually, I think for me, I actually think that's a bit over the top myself, but that's just my own personal preference. Whatever you want to do is totally up to you. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to go for a simple way, and I'm just going to go into shapes and choose the rounded rectangle. And I'm going to click in the very corner, drag it out like this. Remember, if you just did a normal rectangle, it would fit perfectly into the corners, but mine's rounded. So what I can do here, click on this little diamond, is if I click and drag, I can change how rounded the corners are. So I want it to be like that. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to go to shape outline, because there's no fill, it's just a line. Shape outline, and I'm going to choose purple. Now if I click on shape outline again, you'll see I've got these different options here. So I've got weight, where I can change the options there. But if I click on more lines, I can actually just go on to colors and lines, and I can change the color there. Remember, there's no fill color. I can change the type of outline to dashed if I wanted. I can have it solid. You can play about with those options yourself. Go to style, and I'm going to have, I'm going to try this one here. But then I can change the weight so it's thicker. So I'm going to change that up to about 7. Put it on there, and it's still actually not thick enough really for my liking. So I'm going to choose the outline, I'm going to choose the weight. I go down to more lines, and I'm going to increase that to about 11. And that for me is a bit better now. That's what I'm looking for. So I've drawn that auto shape out. I've made it fill the margins, and I've given it a bit of style and how I like it. So just to go back over that again, in summary, insert borders and accents, choose more borders and accents, and go down to the option that suits you best, or insert a shape and you can drag it out like that, like so. Fill it to your margins, and then double click. You can right click there, format auto shape, and go to colors and lines and play about with the weight, style, whether it's a dashed line, and the color. So give that a go, and that's borders.